This week, Core Realty and Associates spoke with Tanya Blanchard of Madison Chase Capital Advisors, where she discussed her FHA down payment assistance grant. Let's listen in.
I'm Tanya Blanchard. I'm with Madison Chase Capital Advisors. I own my own company. I've been doing mortgages in Atlanta now for 19 years. I've owned my own company for 5. Right now, I'm licensed in Georgia and Florida. First quarter of next year, I'm going to add the DMV area, Texas, and Alabama. Just really want to get through this year, and I'm super excited. And one of the reasons that I'm really having, in my 5 years that I've owned my company, we can kind of segue in. But in the 5 years that I own my company, I have never done, the last time I did down payment assistance, I was with Fidelity Bank. And with down payment assistance, to me, it has to make sense. And Chenoa and a lot of programs out there, the rate, not only is the rate higher, okay, that's number one, but then there's a payment on the money that you're getting, and then you have to stay in the house for X amount of years. So what I like about this program is that it's really cut and dry. And I am doing an Instagram Live on Wednesday night at 7:30. So if you have any buyers that want to, hop on, they can. I'm going to do a scenario of $300,000. So it's 8.25. Income limit is $144,000, which I think is pretty good for a single person. For a family, it might be a little tight. But it's not household income. So if only one borrower is going on the loan, that's fine. It's forgiven as soon as at closing.
All right, so can you explain that it's forgiven as soon as
Sure.
you sign?
So with most grant programs, you have to stay in the house for 5 years. Georgia Dream, for example, it's never forgiven. Georgia Dream, you could own your house for 20 years, and when you sell, it's a silent second. It's there, but you have to pay that money back. So with this program, you don't have to pay it back. It's not a lien on your property. As soon as you sign and you leave with the keys, there's no.
Wow.
That's what I said. That's the only reason I'm really, because I'm just very, call it kingdom minded. Like, I don't think all deals are good deals. You know what I mean? Put something where, okay, not only is your rate 8.25, you got to make a payment on it, and you got to stay in your house for 5 years. So with this one, you just literally, once you sign and you get those keys, that down payment is forgiven. It goes away immediately.
Right. Okay, because with some programs that what they give you, that grant, so to speak, is eventually rolled back into the loan and you wind up paying for it anyway.
Absolutely. Where this is not.
Very good.
So Miss Tanya, this is Bashira speaking. You was kind of going out a little bit at the beginning, but you were saying that the grant is 3.5%.
Yeah, the FHA required down payment, so it's 3.5%. The other thing is that the debt to income ratio can't be over 48.99, so it can't even be 49%. It has to be under 49%. And see, with FHA on a borrower that's clean. And when I say clean, just not a lot of collections. They're pretty good. No recent lates, etc. On FHA, you can go up to 57% on the DTI. But with this program, it's a hard stop at 48.99.
They need to have what type of credit score?
620. 620. If they're not sure what it is, they can always go to myfico, myfico.com. to check their credit score first. And they really, what I love about my FICO is that there's a mortgage score 2 and 5. That is going to be the score I see. So it's going to be 3 scores. I have to drop the lowest, drop the highest, and keep the middle. So whatever your middle score is on myfico.com, not Credit Karma, not CreditWise, not Experian, not Amex Credit. You know, people want to tell you where it is, and I'm like, yeah, that's not going to help us. You know, my FICO is real. And to pay for the premium, I think it's $40. But what I like, and you can cancel after 1 month. But what I really like about it is that it's the accurate score. So if you see 642 middle, it's a 642 middle.
Okay.
And what else I like about the program is that it's 8.25 for everybody. So whether you have a 620 score, 640 score, 680, 700, that's the score for everybody. And I like that.
Okay. All right.
And I like it because I don't have to say, all right, for this score, your rate's 8.25. For this one, you're blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? There is an option with 2% down or 7.75, but I'm really not even going that route because to me, you might as well keep that 1.5% for your savings or towards your down payment.
Okay.
Just take the grant. You know what I mean? Just take the grant. Either if you have extra money you want to use towards closing costs, you can. But to me, I would do the whole full 3.5 because it's forgiven as soon as you sign. I do everything else, if as far as I do FHA down to 580, VA down to 580. I do FHA down to 560 with 10% down. I do manual underwrites. I do VA, FHA, USDA, jumbo. I do the bank statement program. I do the investor, DSCR. And so with investor DSCR loan, that's a stated investor loan. So they need 20% down. Their credit score, their rate is really based on credit score. So, but the bottom line, they're going to be in the high 8. My price went out the other day, so I can tell you, I think it was 8.75, and he had a 720 credit score. He was putting 20% down. But the thing about this program, the DSCR, it's the debt service coverage ratio. Okay. So it's no income docs from the buyer because they're using the rent. So that's the big thing. They want if you can get $2,000 for rent, then your PITI needs to be $2,000 or under.
So your investor. So this will be good for, let's say, for instance, if we have an investor who's a buy and hold, and I'm just going through this for my agents who may be new, or if you have an investor who wants to buy and hold, we find a property for them where there's a tenant already in the home, and they want to purchase this property with the tenant in the home. The tenant is paying well. The tenant is paying $2,000 or more. Let's say, for instance, the house is $350,000, $400,000. Will that work?
Okay.
Will that work?
Well, I think at $350,000, $400,000, they're going to be asking for more than $2,000 in rent in Atlanta in today's market.
Yes.
So and even if there's no tenant in there, the appraiser is going to give us the average rental in that area. And we'll use that number. So if they don't have a tenant, that's totally fine. Okay. And it's under 1%, and 1% is even to even. So the rent is $2,000, your PITI is $2,000. If it's under, it just affects your rate. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So they will go under, but I just like to say 1% or better. You know what I mean? And that is no income required. It does require 6 months reserves. There is a prepayment penalty. You could do the prepayment penalty. You could bring it down to one year. It's never going to be less than a 1 year prepayment penalty.
Thank you for watching. For more info, contact Tanya Blanchard at Madison Chase Capital Advisors or LaToya Winfrey at CoreRealtyAndAssociates.com. Thank
My pleasure.
you.
Any other questions, guys, just give me a call, shoot me an email, and I will send this to you by tomorrow, Latoya, because I'm going to create. So I'll send it to you by tomorrow for your team.
All right. Thank you so much again.
Bye, guys. Have a great day.
Have a good one.
Yes.